Gone on to say that Turkey is become rogue. Turkey is a country which has to be tamed. They have been doing a lot of adventurous talk in the past as well. And as soon as the United States pulled out of this particular area in Syria, the Turkish army was standing by and they have mounted an offensive. And very recently, they have been trying to pull their own weight and show to the world that Turkey is something or a country which cannot be messed with, even talking about nuclear weapons.
Vineet, first of all, Donald Trump, I heard what he said about, he would destroy the Turkish economy if Turkey does something in Syria. But I think the Americans knew it very well that the Turks will do this. And in spite of knowing it, they actually deserted one of their strongest allies in Middle East so far as the fight against ISIS is concerned. Secondly, I think before this assault was started by the Turkish armed forces, I think calls were made by the Turkish government to heads of state of several countries, including that of United States, and then only the assault started. So I think most of the countries who actually mattered knew that it is going to happen, and still they actually remain silent. This is actually also very alarming from the perspective of how quickly Americans can actually exit a theater of war once the purpose is over. God forbid, but it might happen in case of Afghanistan as well. I'm not trying to draw any comparison, but the possibility cannot be ruled out. Secondly, when it comes to the whole Middle East, there are 4-5 wars going on at the same time. There is an ethnic war between the Arabs, the Turks, the Kurds, the Persians, like the Iranians. There is a territorial fight going on. There is an ethnic aspect to it. There is a proxy aspect to it, and there is a sovereign aspect to it. So far, the sovereign aspect is concerned, the Turks actually look at YPG. YPG is actually leading the Syrian Democratic Force. YPG is a Kurdish militia organization which also wants, as Mr. Goel talked about, a Kurdish land over there which spans across several countries. So on certain areas they have some kind of a convergence while fighting against ISIS, but whenever the Turks actually got a chance, they actually hit back. In fact, we should remember in 2015 it was a Russian plane, which was fighter plane, which was shot down by the Turks, by a Turkish F-16. So the situation over there is also a reflection of the Turkish aspiration of creating an Islamic caliphate and play the stronger role in the Islamic world. And this is something which the Arabs will not take very lightly, because SDF has been more or less a kind of a coalition of different tribes together. There are a lot of Arabs also in this coalition, and they are very upset about what the Turks have done. So far as the impact on Kashmir is concerned, I don't think there can be a direct impact, but it actually shows the hollowness and the hypocrisy of the countries like the Turks or the Pakistanis when it comes to killing the Kurds, who are also Muslims. They care a damn, and no statements are made. But when it comes to doing something which will prevent terrorism in Kashmir, they actually make a lot of sounds. So I think, unfortunately, this is the bare truth of real politics in the geopolitical arena. This is going to be played by it. The one last point, Vineet, I think India cannot remain a silent spectator anymore when it comes to issues of Middle East. I think we at least have to take a stand. Wherever needed, we need to make a statement. Remember, I just want to make a statement. The Peshmerga of Iraq actually played a very critical role in securing many of those Indians who were detained by ISIS in Iraq. So I think the Kurds have been far more secular than many of the other groups in Middle East. I think we should take at least a stand. I'm sure the government of India will come out with a statement. But it's time that we take a stand against countries like Turks, and that will actually bring us closer to some of the other countries of Middle East who are also very jittery and upset about some of the statements in the past by the Turks, some of the actions as has been going now. This is going to have a phenomenally bad effect so far as the Middle East is concerned, because ISIS will feel strengthened and it's going to have a devastating impact, including that of price of oil.
Right, absolutely. And Arjun, apart